Welcome. It's wonderful to be on Gino's spot.
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. One drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino's shot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Center Stage.
That was very nice. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sunil de Labuchon. I'm here because I'm a beautician, and Gino invited me here to MC his show because he's been lazy. He couldn't make it tonight for some reason. So my name is Sunil de Labuchon. Lovely to be on Gino's spot tonight. Hello, Kerok Jacobs. Crazy Gremo, yes. Hi, Gino, he's not here. It's Sunelda. I'm here tonight. It's so beautiful to be here. We got a fantastic guest tonight, Jane Stevenson. Yes, so can you believe it, eh? Jane and I go a long way back. We even have the same father. Yes, indeed, we are here, of course, to say thank you first to our sponsors. Spencer Fitch and Leeds. I hope you've got a drink. I hope you all got a drink, eh? It can be depressing when you use it on your own at home in lockdown, and it's now at day 759, and it's just getting too much. So then you have a little bit of this that you saved over, a little bit of gin or a little bit of grappa, and then you put with it some Fitch and Leeds, and then it tastes nice. That's right. Even if you make it yourself in your garage, like my husband. My husband Freek, he make his own. Then he got very, very sick. Not from COVID, from his dope. And then you also, we have skincare products. You must let me know if you need. Hello, Jocelyn. Nice to have you here too, Jocelyn. I love the accent. Yes, the accent come here from the Eastern Cape. It's nice. I don't know if you also, Jocelyn Young, if you come from Young Park or the Dispatch, there, that areas, they've got the vibe they're going on, and it's and they also like the dope as well. We like the dope, right? And I've got my beauty place. So if you need some product, let me know. Okay. Product is here. My husband says skincare products. He says about skincare products. He says the only way is skincare product is going to stop the aging process is if you eat it and then you die. Cheers to all of you. Hello, Lolani Sovereign. Can I make a point? Can you? Yes, of course you can make an appointment. I'm going to make a special appointment for you. You know, people worry about the dandruff, you know, because I thought that all my clients had dandruff. Serious, I thought all my clients had dandruff. Then I think to myself, hang on, my hands have got a funny skin thing, man. So I think everybody's got dandruff, but it's actually my own hands. So you can let me know. I just make an appointment. You know, I always tell my clients, I like to talk to my clients, you know, because you got to have like a personal relationship with your client. So what I do is I talk to my client a lot. So they just sit around, I just talk all the time. Because if you let them talk, then you have to answer questions and stuff. Rather just talk. So what I do is like for instance, like if you got the alarm clock, I always tell a story. If you got the alarm clock and it's next to your bed, then you got to put it. Then you mustn't get a TikTok alarm clock. You must get a digital one. Because TikTok one. Then the TikTok, you're sleeping. And then the TikTok, and then your heart beat the same time. I say TikTok. And then your clock stop. And then you wake up and then you're dead. Genuine. No, but anyways, it's fun. You know, we must have exercise. You must do exercise. That's what I say at my beauty salon. Must do exercise. You must eat proper. Okay? If you're vegetarian, very good. If you eat a lot of meat, no, it's not good. My husband said, if you were made to touch your toes, they would have been further up your legs. Hey, if a human was made to touch his toes, then the toes would be further up, probably near their knees, because it's easier then. Oh, from East London, yes. What are you trying to say about me, oh? What does that mean? Oh, hey. Oh. Good. I'm glad. Warren G. Also a G, hey? Like it's like a G, also nou the Gino spot. Nou, hy hou. Dan, jy moenie vir my sê nie hou. Jy moet ordentlik wees, hoor jy Warren G. Ek sê vir jou, you know, people say, you know, that you must eat healthy and you eat salads and stuff like that, okay? But I got a theory. If like a rabbit, okay, a rabbit eat like carrots and like salads. Okay, a rabbit eats salads. It's a whole laugh, it eats salads. And then it jump around a lot, like it exercise. Okay, a rabbit, it does a moose a lot of exercise. Okay, so if you behave like a rabbit, you check how long does a rabbit live? Like, I don't know, 10 years, 7 years. I don't know what a rabbit, okay? Maybe someone can tell me how long a rabbit live. But they eating only the best stuff, okay? And they're running around and doing exercise the whole time. A mountain tortoise. Have you ever checked, have you ever checked one of those things? If you have checked a mountain tortoise, okay, as moose big, okay, it can hardly move. Its little legs stick out the side, okay? It go along like as if it's like a mountain with legs, okay? Mountain with legs. When it can only eat like any cock it find when it's moving along the ground very slow like that. So it eat all sorts of cock, the stuff that you throw down on the ground and stuff, okay? so that mountain tortoise, how long does that live? I tell you how long. Like 450 years. Now you tell me who I must rather be like. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gino's Spot. Well, thank you to Sport. Thank you to Sport. Check it out. Okay, Rabbit was a great band, though. Hey? It was a great band. Remember that? Because they spell with two T's. Because why? Because a lot of women follow them. So then they got two T's. That's why. Rabbit was lekker. They do some lekker songs. Kroken a grunt in the night. That's what I like to do with Freek. Kroken a grunt in the night. That's right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gino's Spot. Kerama Morgan. And dit is Gino's Spot. Spot is our sponsor. And Fitch and Leeds. Thanks for that. Fitch and Leeds. And also don't forget a movie. And we've got Fitch and Leeds. I've got my shirt on ready again tonight. Whoa! Check it out. It's got a lot inside. Woo! And I got a whole lot of more stack here. I got another stash. Come here. Justin can bring some stash. That's right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sing you a song. And you can put the comments up. Put the comments up. Yes, do it. Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice and say it's very nice and then you run. Oh! Wendy Tompkins, don't you do what your big sister done? Every time I see a Cheryl, yeah, support the Reynolds there. She mean and she evil like a little overweevil. He's a bird, I see it's you. Hey, little sister, don't you? Hey, little Warren G. Barbara Gunnerman says something. Maybe it's a little emoji. Hey, keep getting furry. I'm your Jane Fonda any day. Oh, when I see Oris not here, can Jane use a coffee machine yet? I don't know, but Julie and Tram sees it, yeah, Gino need a chocolate today. The sister and you, hey, orange, don't you? I've had quite a lot of gin and tonics. Carol G. Corey is here. Oh, This is not the lady in red I was expecting to see. Oh, and Sue Patterson and Warren G says, "Hoi bocky." Gino Bishop says, "Holla beautiful." Yeah, I like to see you mimir up Lady Ray. Little sister, the little sister, the Jose Pereira, like to see you backing down again today. Woo! Maria from Jopolos, you're Greek, so yeah, today. Hey, yo! Hey, Mark Telford, yeah! I bet you're getting me some more gin. Gonna have to make some more, yeah! Marijn van Eden Mos today. Hey! Skidday biscuit! Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gino's Spot tonight. Lovely to be here on this Saturday. Saturday is the weekend. I hope you got your drinks. I got my little one here. Yeah. A little bit of gin and a little bit of tonic. This one is the fish island fish bowl. It's the new ones. The newest. These are the new Fitch and Leeds. They're very, very nice. Island fish bowl is one of the moments. They have the moments and the classics. All your cocktails ready mixed for you, ready to go, and you just add the alcohol, whatever we can put in, pineapple, whatever you're using, making a bit of ouzo. Cheers, Linda, Laurie, love to have cheers. Jane's coming on in a moment, indeed. Caroline Mormon, Elvis is looking for his belt. I did cut my belt. It's a belt to match my chains. My chains here. In the old days, they used to have the ducktails and the bus conductors, and they used to have chains because they used to moor each other with them, I believe. I moor you with a chain. What is that? There's a David Kramer song that went like that. I'm going to hit him with a chain. I can't remember that. Is it Branavan, Bakrat Boogie? That's the one, Bakrat Boogie. Who remembers Bakrat Boogie? Well, I've been in Bakrat Boogie. All right, so Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. You're right, it is Tuesday. I didn't look at my watch. It's this COVID thing has made me forget any day of the week. It is Tuesday. Connor. Cheers, Gino. I hope you've got a drink in your hand, young man. And I hope everybody's got one. We're going to have a lovely time with Jane tonight. We've got lots of fun planned. Pat, oh, lovely to see you as well. Dankie. Dankie, is 'n bietjie oulik gereed my rooi rok bokkie. Cheers, ready? Cheers, Denzel Naidu from Spa. Thank you for coming on as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got, of course, our usuals. We have Darren Fuller. We have Darren Fuller here on Tuesday, and she does What You're Watching, and she tells us what we should be looking at on Netflix or what we may be missing. So let's get Derry on board. Let's see what You're Watching's about.
Hello.
Lovely
Hello,
to have
Gino.
Oh, lovely to be here indeed. Look at you. You've got that. Whoa. You've got
I know, right?
3D eyes. You've got 3D eyes, Darren.
I know.
What is going
I'm trying
on?
to do a risky business Tom Cruise thing. It's not because I
good.
had a nap earlier. I mean, that's definitely not the reason.
Not at all.
No, not at all. No.
It's looking good. I love the round eyes within the eyes.
I know, right? It's quite
Millions.
transfixing / creepy.
You look like a fish in a bowl, she says. And Vivian says you look like a fish in a bowl.
I should have your drink then.
Yes, sir. But in an island fish bowl, indeed. Do it. Oh, Derry, tell us what you got on for today. Let's have a listen.
I shall. Okay, hello all, hello. So I kind of put myself in this situation from last week because I mentioned Bones, and I started rewatching Bones. So that isn't anything new for you guys, but if you haven't watched Bones, please do, because I'm completely obsessed with it all over again. But I did manage to watch new things. So Night Stalker, for all you true crime aficionados, I watched Night Stalker, which was really, really, really good. But, just in case people are thinking, is she a psycho? Is she a serial killer? No, I'm not. But if if you watch it, like I was saying to someone, what I really actually like about how Netflix has done the Night Stalker show is that it in no way glorifies Richard Ramirez, who was the Night Stalker. It's from the perspectives of the police that work tirelessly to catch him, and it's from victim speaking that you hadn't heard of before. It was really detailed. It was a very good show. So that's the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez. Very good for those of you who do like true crime. If you don't, and you'd prefer less murder, there is this movie that I was obsessed with. It's an older film, like I think 2005. It's called The Reality of Love. And I suppose one could say it's the tiniest a bit corny, but I completely love this film. It's a rom-com with Bradley Cooper, a young Bradley Cooper, and he is friends with Jason Priestley. And Jason Priestley becomes this really famous actor, and Bradley Cooper becomes his agent, but they're best friends. And they need to get his reputation up because he's a bit of a dog. So they do this game show, yeah, where all these lovely ladies come into this house, like The Bachelor. And it's so sweet. It's such a lovely film. It's got Anya from Buffy the Vampire Slayer in it as well. And it's such a cute movie. And guys, Bradley Cooper, I mean, I don't know. Do you want me to say more? Very cute if you can find that movie. It is on Prime, but I'm sure you can find it as well. The third thing that I watched this week is WandaVision. So for those of you who don't know, WandaVision is it's very confusing. It's very mired in doubt and mystery, but essentially it's for those of you that know the Avengers and the Marvel characters, Wanda, Scarlet Witch, and Vision, they somehow inexplicably end up in a TV show that's kind of set in the 50s, the 60s. It's absolutely bizarre. You don't actually really know what's happening, but there are all these strange Easter eggs popping up that obviously this isn't real. So I can't tell you exactly where it would place in terms of the Avengers and the different movies, but it's slotted in between the different movies. It's utterly bizarre. It starts off in black and white, like an I Love Lucy rerun. I think it's amazing. It's so bizarre. And obviously, it's going to evolve into something even weirder. So if you like Avengers, if you like, Marvel, then watch that. Very good. Only 2 episodes are out, but it shall continue. And then lastly, I found this show. You guys are probably already watching it and you're thinking I'm an idiot because I didn't find it. But Superstore, which is literally exactly as it says. It's about these guys that work in a superstore and hijinks ensue. But it has American Ferrera in it, who was the lead in Ugly Betty. And I don't know, I loved Ugly Betty. I thought it was adorable. So it's a really cute show. It's, shorter episodes, so you don't have to sit there for an hour for each episode. It's very funny. It's very snappy. So it's a really lovely show to watch. And it's got a few seasons as well. So yeah, it's a definite possibility. But I must say, if you guys haven't watched Bones and you don't mind hearing particulates 20 times in an episode and, skull pieces, then I would suggest re-binging Bones. And that's Tom Cruise's opinion for this week.
Lovely. Well, that's excellent. I'm going to have a look at what's it? Superstore.
Superstore.
Yes.
It's so lovely. Oh, cheers. Cheers. There we go.
Yeah, clink, clink. Is it good?
It's so funny. It's really good. Like I said, it's short, snappy episodes, So
yes.
If you just want to watch a few episodes in between things, it's also very doable, and it's clearly going to be quite charming. So yes, it's very good. Of
yours, I can't take my eyes off it. If you move your head down, then you look cross, and if you
I do.
Let me see the, and you can do it different.
Wow, okay. I'm getting too obsessed with this. Okay. I'm done.
Oh, classic. Thank you, Darren.
Thank you.
Love
Thank
it.
you.
And I love the tiara.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm royalty.
Yeah, Viv says, what's with the Christmas background? She loves
Oh,
Christmas.
I'm obsessed with Christmas. It's 2021. I vote that we keep Christmas the whole year. Just my opinion.
Good for you. I love that. Cheers and ciao,
Thank you.
ciao. There we go. Darren Fuller, ladies and gentlemen. What you're watching. Always got something interesting on the go. I like those goggles. Oh, my word. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bring on our special guest tonight. Indeed, she is amazing. She's a natural networker. She's an entrepreneur. She's a skilled entrepreneur, in fact. And she's not afraid to challenge the status quo. Indeed, it's Jane Stevenson. Hello, Jane. Welcome.
Hello. Gosh, I went for an eye test today and I feel like I need to go back again after watching Darren because my eyes are going wonky.
I know. She's got those eyes. I don't know what is going on with those things. It was fantastic. It was a great effect. I think I might use it myself sometime. Oh, my word. But Jane, thank you for coming to Gino's Spot. What a wonderful opportunity to have you on. We've been trying to get you on for ages, but it's always been this or that cheese. Ching, ching. Ching, ching.
We'll do it with gin, and we'll do it with tea, and we'll do it with water as well. So I come prepared.
You're mixing gin and tea together?
It's like the hot and the cold. You need a little bit of both,
Eskimo pie kind of vibe.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, Tanya, Plakanor and Plakanor, all the Greek people, they are coming for you, Jane. She says, hello, Jane, Tanya.
Hello, Tanya.
Andrade. From Andrade, from Portuguese to Greek, is that right? It's a rocky road that going from Portugal all the way to Greece. Now,
she lives around the corner from me.
Oh, does she? Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So it's neighbors. The neighbors are online. Indeed.
They are.
Don't complain about the noise. Don't complain about the noise. That's what I say.
Where we live, the neighbors are like a few Ks away. So it's okay.
Oh, yes. Oh, you're right. You're out in the Khamadu. Where about you? Out at Seaview Way, isn't it? Out in the small holdings.
Yeah, close to Grassroots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Is it? Do you like that peace? The peace and quiet?
I do. I absolutely do. And you were talking about tortoises earlier, and I have about 8 of them, and they're amazing. I was going to bring one in here, but they pee on you, so I thought maybe not.
Geez, they're not giant ones, obviously, but are they big?
I had giant ones, but these ones are they're about this big. This big.
Big as your head.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, about. Literally speaking.
Yes, literally speaking, yes. Physically.
Yes.
I see Lisa Burr also saying hello.
Hello, Lisa.
Lisa, I've seen that name around. And Carol Jean Faree, my beautiful, flamboyant ex-neighbor. Oh, you used to be in Summer Strand, did you?
Well, actually, we used to be neighbors. We lived in Carol and Keith's house. That was our house. Oh. They were our neighbors. They lived next door. And we got to be friends with them. And then we told them we were putting our house on the market. And Keith, over the brow one day, said, well, kind of like, what are you looking for? And we put down a figure and didn't kind of put 2 and 2 together. And he said, we'll take it. I said, what? No, we'll take it. But here's the funniest part. So eventually they bought our house, and that's the house that they're living in now. But the funniest part was, literally next door, we had a vibrocrite wall between us. And what we had said was, let's get our mates, take some of the wall out, and we can just pulley everything across. No, they phoned Studderfit's Van Lines, who arrived at a massive truck, parked outside their house. And I said to the guy, dude, I hope you realize you ain't going anywhere with this truck. It's just your neighbor because you're moving it from there to there. And the guy just could not grasp what I was saying.
No, they pack it into the truck and then pack it out again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, no. Marion saying hello. And then something about a neighbor, says Keith, indeed. That's the truth. And I see Marion Rupert. Is that Rupert? Rupert,
yeah.
Rupert. Are these your friends, Jane, that are coming on here? They take it over here.
They are. They're my support structure. Come on. They're
excellent. I love it. Jenna Wakefield. Hello, Jenna.
Hello,
They all say it's lovely. It's lovely to see you live in the flesh. To see that you're still healthy and well. I just and have you done your hair recently? Because I normally see you at Bliss.
Well, you put me off. You put me off hairdos at all because I trust Lee and Sarah with my life. But I remember that day at Bliss where
Yes.
you got hold of scissors and grabbed them out of Lee's. Oh, there we go!
Gary's on it. He's on it. He just even mentioned it. He's got it.
Okay, now
There we go.
I'm a little worried because he's clearly been stalking some Facebook photos. I'm tad worried at this stage, but I remember that so well. And that was look what happened. I turned
Yes,
over.
I know. I know. It was, it came out so well in the end. Look how it came out. It was beautiful. I mean, look at that. Oh, Jane. But tell us, Jane, what have you been doing? Let's start with the now, the immediate Jane. What have you been doing during this last bit of lockdown? Have you managed to find your feet? It's been a hell of a shock for all of us, and I know, and have you been? I mean, there's always the anxiety. There's always the worry. Have you managed to come through?
Yeah, I guess from an anxiety and worry and all the rest of it, everybody, they have that saying, you're not in the same boat, you're in the same storm. And I think that one thing I've realized is stop watching the news and stop the conspiracies and stop, just stop, just get off some people's feed and all the rest of it as well. But what I do is my animals bring me a lot of joy and they ground me. But puzzles, for those of you who follow me on Facebook, you might know that I do a puzzle or two. And in fact, I challenge myself.
There we go.
There we go.
Joe, Gary's on it. He's on it. See it?
He's on it, eh?
Those are your puzzles. Look at those puzzles.
Oh, that was a beaut. That was a beaut. That's a wasgidge, by the way. So that's a puzzle that you do, a wasgidge. So it's a backward jigsaw. So you don't actually, with a jigsaw puzzle, you usually know what the picture is on the box, right? This one, you can see the picture in the box and what's on the frame is actually different. So wasjig is either you see a picture and you've got to figure out what it looks like years on or whatever. Okay. So it's just cool. So you just have to imagine what the picture is going to end up looking like because it's not the box.
That is it.
Geez,
like, what is it? It's like huge puzzles.
Yeah, I do between 1,000 and 2,000 piece. Yeah, that's another one.
Well, clearly, I mean, it takes a certain kind of person to get into puzzles as well. I mean, you're obviously not ADD. Like me, for instance, someone like perhaps like me would be ADD, and I'd battle with a puzzle.
Do you know what it is though? It grounds me. Hey, we have an open plan house and we've got a massive dining table. So the puzzle stays open, which is cool. So you can walk past it anytime and put a piece or two in. The problem is it's kind of addictive. And the other night, Gary and I was saying we started a puzzle on Sunday and we finished it. I woke up early Monday morning and finished it before my first call at 8:00, which is crazy. It's like
wake up early.
Yeah, a couple of people said on my timeline, a little bit obsessive, don't you think? And I went, okay, maybe I shouldn't post when I started and when I finished. But anyway, it's
I mean, it's therapeutic. But like you say, with your husband as well, with Gary, it's a bit of therapy, couple therapy as well. It
is.
To sit together and do something.
We sit there, we do it, we sit in silence, the music will play in the background, we'll put a couple of pieces in, one will get bored and walk off, the other one will come. It's just, it's one of those things that it just is lekker. Yeah. Yeah,
and it's also probably better than going to Facebook and going scrolling through again to another yet again, Yeah. Facebook is a nightmare these days.
Sure, it is.
Stephen Levy saying the puzzle queen.
Hello, Stephen.
Indeed. And Greg Smith.
Greg. Yeah.
Where's Greg Smith work with you?
So Greg's obviously a psychologist and he also does a lot of coaching and I'm a business coach and so is he. So we collaborated and worked together. In fact, we did a course together. We went to a high-level course and sat next to each other. That's how I met him. And sat next to each other and he looked at me and he said, are you learning anything? And I went, not really, are you? He says, no, how about we go and like have a conversation? And that's, yeah. And we've been
Oh, fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Very-
but you're good at that. You're a people person, are you not?
I am. I love people, but I must tell you that every psychometric test I've ever done in my life tells me I'm an introvert because I actually really enjoy my own time. I'm very comfortable alone. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't mind the me time, eh?
No,
Don't have to be with a whole lot of people all the time.
no, I
Like
don't.
me.
I actually get a full. I get a full, and then I need to walk away. I love what Carol's saying.
Yes.
I tried to convince her to build a puzzle 16 years ago. She's still working on it.
Viv likes puzzles, and what what did you say? Model puzzle, Modillo puzzles.
Modillo? I don't know that. I'm going to write that down.
I don't know what Modillo puzzles are.
Me
I
neither.
don't know.
Have a look into that.
Chanel's there. She's not proper. She does proper beauty stuff.
Yes, not like you.
Sunel de la Bouchon doesn't do it so well, I'm afraid. She's.
Quite
What do
right.
you do? What do you do with them when you've finished your puzzle? Do you hang them up?
When I first started doing puzzles, when Gary and I first met, we used to do it on the big snooker table, on a cover that we had on the snooker table. And then, in fact, Glynis and Colin Miller used to do puzzles, a particular set of beautiful, the big five and stuff. And I found the same ones, and we did all of those and framed them. And those were actually, that was the artwork in our house. But nowadays, no, I don't have enough walls. I don't have enough space.
Yeah.
And actually what I really love doing is taking it, pulling it apart and packing it back in its box and closing the box and passing it off. Because the thing is, I don't actually have all those puzzles, right? I borrow those puzzles from people. So Anita's, and let me tell you this story, because Anita got me into Wasgage, which is the backward puzzle, the weird stuff and all the rest of it. And she gave me a whole lot of boxes. And I'm pedantic about puzzles and giving them back the way I got them. And bloody Zane took a piece out the box before he gave it to me. And we hunted. I undid the vacuum cleaner. I was opening God's mouth to check out, literally going like literally everywhere. And the last laugh was on us.
Gary's laughing because that's exactly the kind of thing that he likes to do. He would keep that and he wouldn't tell you at all.
I know. They didn't either, and I hated him for it. And now when I get a puzzle box from them, I'll say to Gary, listen, if there's a piece or two missing, we know. It's Zane. It's okay.
Philippa says, can you upload your puzzle to Strava?
I probably should, actually. I should time it and see how it goes.
Keep your watch on as you're doing it. Yeah.
I tell you, puzzle building with steps, I'd be half my size and I'd be as fit as a fiddle. But I'm allergic to exercise, so that's not going to happen.
Oh no, you really no exercise,
No.
but yet you haven't put on in weight. I mean,
I've got this theory in life that exercise, I mean, so many people that are fitness freaks, they have heart attacks and stuff, right? So it's quite dangerous to be healthy. And then these like chocolates, they're always around me. Chocolates and sweeties and all that kind of stuff. This is
jelly
important.
tots.
Yeah. And fast stuff too, you know. But like chocolate comes from a bean, and a bean is a vegetable. Therefore, you know, chocolate is a vegetable. So it's okay.
Yes, chocolates are big for Jane. That's what Gary's telling me. I see Lisa Nash and Carol Moore. The strumpets are in the house. I see. Beautifully intelligent and inspiring. That's exactly what you exude, Jane. Yes.
Oh.
Don't you cheat on those tests, Jane, she says.
Caroline's talking about my psychometric test probably because she thinks I'm far more extrovert than introvert. But I do like to be on my own. I really do like my own company. I'm quite comfortable. Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, I can.
There's fancy red attire there for me. Yes, Chanel. She's the beautician. So she'll know what the story can do. She'll do my brows and my I don't know.
Yeah.
Her father actually.
Let's not go further.
And I know you're into animals, but her dad has the pigeons, the racing pigeons.
Yes,
Shane,
I know.
Shane Carver.
Yeah.
Aren't they beautiful when they go up in a flock come past?
Yeah,
Absolutely beautiful pigeons.
I'm wondering if we should get Shane on and we do a tortoise and pigeon race. and see who wins.
I think we can just see who goes. Well, it's like you're talking about exercise. That rabbit and the rabbit and the mountain tortoise. Yeah,
Yes.
who wins in the end? The
Yeah,
tortoise
exactly.
lives to 150 years. You know what I mean?
And I tell
Hi,
you,
Brian Wilkinson.
my little ones go. They like. They're motor mouse. I don't know. They might have some whatever she was drinking with the glasses on. Whatever she takes, I think my tortoises take as well because they zoot around.
Really? Oh, so they're quite quick, those tortoises. But I mean, I don't know. We walk in the valley a lot, and we sometimes come across these tortoises, but they're getting more and more rare. You know, with those
Yeah.
ones those giant tortoises in Settlers Park that used to be there for so many
Yeah,
years.
that's beautiful.
They're all gone now. They're all gone. I don't know how what's happened to them. You know.
Yeah, they
Speaking of
actually-
craft.
Sorry, I was just going to say about tortoises. They've actually got
Yes.
an incredible personality. I mean, mine are so tame. They come up to my hand to look
Yeah.
for food,
Wow.
and they eat straight out of my hand. And yeah, they even taught my one rescue dog to eat carrots. 'Cause I throw all the carrot peels and everything outside. They never go in the bin or anything. All go outside, just chuck it out the window or whatever, and the tortoises come. But now the dog. Biscuit
Dog.
runs out and tries to grab the carrots before the tortoises do. So between them, they've got this tussle with carrots. It's quite cute, actually. I must put that on Facebook.
Well, we've at the moment we've also got an Egyptian goose that we've been nursing, and it's
seen it.
growing. It's growing so big, man. This thing is getting really big, and apparently they migrate. So I'm looking forward to that too. But it also chases people when the dogs run and bark. Then it goes with them.
Yeah.
No, Carol Jean saying, speaking of crafts, Jane forcibly got me interested in scrapbooking and decoupage. Since she
Yes.
moved away, my skills have diminished.
Your skills were diminished when we were together, Carol, because you didn't finish those either. So
Well, I know that Wendy Tompkins is also into the scrapbooking as well. I know she's got a whole lot of scrapbooking. Trisha
Yeah.
Vandenberg, Trisha Wood. Hello, Trisha, and Warren G's out there as well. He's from East London. Stay away from exercise, drink red wine, and eat braai meat.
there you go. You see, well, I'm matriculated in East London, so it's something about East London, right?
There we go. Now going back there. Let's hit back the history of Jane Stevenson. It was Jane whom when you and where were you born, Jane?
I was born in Edinburgh, in Scotland.
Edinburgh. Of course, you're Scottish.
Edinburgh, in Scotland.
Right now.
Yep.
I forgot about that. I'm going to have Danny Fisher on soon, you know that. I've got
I like
Danny.
it. That's good. That's
Well,
good.
I'm getting this. I don't know. The further north you go, I think it gets like more guttural and more R's that you roll. I don't know.
Yeah, it
I don't
does.
know. Okay, I think so. So yeah, no, we got Danny Fisher on. He's coming on soon as well. So we're gonna have him too. But so Scottish upbringing. How many years were you in Scotland?
We left when I was young, and then we moved
Okay.
to South Africa. My dad immigrated with. I've got two older brothers, and who still live in East London. And then we went to a place called Zululand, what was then known as Zululand. Then to East London, then to Umtata, then to King Williamstown, then back to East London. Then I moved to Johannesburg, then to Cape Town, then to Port Elizabeth. And that was about 26 years ago. So when we were growing up, I think my dad had written down about 21 addresses in like 19 years. So we'd moved around quite a lot. My dad was in the building industry, and we went wherever projects were. My brothers kind of stayed in East London and went to boarding school towards the latter part of their schooling. I matriculated from Hudson, and then moved to then I moved out of East London. And the only reason I've kind of settled, I guess, is because I met my husband Gary. And it was like I was on my way to Australia at the time that I met him, and he had 2 children. So we decided that that's not going to be really cool. So, don't make the choice between a new person in your life and kids, because I'm going to come also there. So I kind of settled, So
Gee whiz.
Yeah.
So
I haven't
that's
lived in Kimberley. I'm just
never
saying.
lived in Kimberley. Okay, you haven't been there. I've been there. It's very nice there. It's very nice in Kimberley. We went to the Rhodes. There was a Rhodes Club there, I think they've got. And it's the whole, the Groot Gat, the whole works, eh? So, that's the only place you've probably never been. And you know, that's it just struck something now in my head. Is that the fact that you are a people person, that you are able to make friends easily, get on with people quickly, is probably because you moved around so much.
Yeah,
not the case?
It is probably, and it's also probably the reason why, because when we lived in Umtata, we lived at a mission station outside of town. So we were one of 5 white families that lived on, we were the only English speaking, everybody else is, or the other 4 Afrikaans. And we lived on a mission station called Efata, which is the school for blind, deaf and dumb kids and albinos. And those were my friends. So often we were out in the country. I had to catch a bus into school each day, catch a bus home. And so my school friends were townies and I was a country bumpkin. So I learned sign language very fluently in those days as well, because those were all my friends when I got home. They were blind, deaf, and deaf kids. So it was quite an interesting upbringing.
That is. Now, Gary's giving a saying that you've got a few dialects of Scottish dialects that you can speak. Go on, give us a.
No.
I can do it for you. I can speak to you, and then you can speak back to me, because I know my one's pretty crap.
No, I tell you what happens, and it actually happens with my brothers as well. And it's the weirdest thing, because I can't put it on. But the moment I speak to somebody who is Scottish, I'll never. Yes. Yeah, my folks are my brothers. It's immediately word for word. So I remember we were in Durban. I was with Neil Hart and Glenn Mayer, and we were trying to land, when I was at Boomtown, we were trying to land the UDP account. Yeah. And we were driving, and they were busy talking in the front seat, and I was talking to my folks in the background, and Neil literally nearly batched the car. He turned around and he said, "What the heck is that?" And I said, "What are you on about?" Because, it just comes naturally. And he said, that thing that you're speaking. And I laughed and I said, yeah, well, it kind of happens, and it literally is very natural, and it's a flow. And it's probably because we were teased at school, speaking that funny language or that accent, whatever. It is. So it's natural when we're all together, and it's loud and it's boisterous and it's fast. And I mean, if you had to speak to my dad, even I battle to understand him sometimes. He's so bored.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And the Scots are. It's such a dialect of English. That some of that. I had a friend, Sandy Gray, as well at school with me, and the same thing happened. He would speak to me quite normally, and then as soon as he spoke to his mom or his dad, it's like, Dad, I was like, what the? I can't understand what you're saying, Sandy.
I know. And in conversation, if Jim or William is standing there and a friend is standing there, we will change the accent by looking at the person. It's bizarre, and you can't force that. It just happens, It's weird. It's odd. We're a bit of an odd family. Yeah.
Oh man, thanks, Mimi. Are you saying I'm looking good in red? Oh no, Jane.
Thank you, Mimi.
Jane's looking. You're always looking in red. And like Gary says to me, no, it's Jane always looks so good in red, even though it is a strumpet color. She even makes it look. Oh, there we go. There's one of your early hairstyles. Is that your Princess Leia, I believe? That was your Princess Leia outfit.
I'm just, I need to see Gary in the next day or two, and I just want to let you know, Gary, your revenge is sweet. I just want to say that revenge is sweet.
Oh, there we go. That looks like a lobster on your head.
It was.
I don't know. It was a lobster hat. A lobster hat, indeed. Oh, my soul. Oh, no, see, I think Gary's got a couple of pictures coming. He's just going to plonk them in every now and again.
No, that's not good. That's not good. That's not with anything.
All right, so Gary, what kind of a muck are you? That's what he says. Not a Makatini. What were you? A
Macoriston.
A Macoriston. Of course you were a Macoriston. Yeah. All right. Anita Palmer says, lucky for us that Australia didn't happen. You're right. We are so glad. And Bridget De Villiers saying hello. And Nikki, another one of the strumpets online. They're on. Beautiful Jane, indeed. You can say what I don't know what that is. That word. It's a Scottish accent is brilliant. What is that? Slang?
No. Cheers. There you go.
Cheers. How do you say it?
Cheers.
How do you say it?
You say cheers.
Is it just cheers? Is that cheers? Is that spelt just differently or what? I mean, what is slante? Slante. I don't know what it is. Is that a Scottish word? Is that a? I don't know what that is. Who knows? Tell us what that is, Greg. I don't. I've got no idea what you said. This was a typo.
No, it wasn't.
boy. Hey,
Yeah.
Catherine Brown saying your Scottish accent is brilliant as well. I see.
Well,
So
she should know. She should know because she's from Scotland. She's in
so
Scotland
as
right
well.
now. She's my family from Scotland. Yeah,
Oh no way! So they're watching from over there.
they must be.
Lovely. Oh, lovely. Well, we'll have to spend a time. Hello, Denise Kemp as well. Fantastic to see you online too. We love you, Denise. Such a sweet lady and always busy. Whew. She's focused and she's got her business runs like clockwork. It's beautiful.
Sure.
Denise, you're the best. You're the best.
She has created, you know what, just to say that about Denise, she's created the most incredible business and relationships with her clients to the point where the whole industry has like tanked with COVID and Denise's business has stayed stable. And she's just literally seen what her customers need. And obviously she's in a niche market of the medical industry, seen what her customers need and adapted. She's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. She is. She's always got. I mean, so many years that it's been and so consistent. Always gives what you want. You know. Fantastic. So Jane, all right. So you met Gary and then decided not to go to Australia. What were you going to go and do in Australia?
You're going to go and explore the world. I wanted to go to Australia for a while and then, see where my passport takes me next and explore a little bit of the world. So. And it ended up that Gary and I have done quite a lot of traveling together. So we have explored it, but we've done it together.
Okay. Lovely.
Starting with our wedding, because we actually eloped and got married at Vic Falls.
Oh, really? Eloped as well. So
we did. Well, we were in our, I was in my late 20s and, Gary had kids and we were trying to figure out when we would get all the family in one place. And I tell you what had happened was I actually entered a competition online. Well, it wasn't online because we weren't really online there, I don't think. I entered a competition and you had to write a poem to Val Kilmer. They had just shot a movie in Vic Falls and the winner would win a free trip to Zimbabwe. And I wrote him a love poem and my poem won. So we won this trip to Vic Falls. So I said to Gary that what if instead of trying to please everybody with a date that everyone can make it and all these out-of-towners and family and all the rest, what if we just actually use this trip and go get married at Vic Falls, splurge the money on us and come back and have a bra and a party with our mates? And he looked at me and went, are you for real? Because that's kind of a guy's thing, No, and I mean, I didn't come out of my mouth and he had said yes. So we phoned friends of ours, Mark and Helen Gaskin, because they had often spoken about just eloping. They've been engaged for 8 years and Mark's a slow starter, clearly, And he said to him, do you mind if we steal your idea? And no, cool, no problem. And we explained what had happened. And 5 minutes later, he said, hey, listen, you can have our idea if we can join you and do a double wedding. So that's exactly what happened. We had a double wedding. The whole tutti, Nikki from Fudge made our dresses. We had, I sang to my husband walking down the aisle, and we had a full-on proper wedding. We just didn't invite anybody. So it was at the Kingdom Hotel, and all the guests were outside watching us. They made the train and everything. It was amazing. And then we left from there and traveled around Zimbabwe, beautiful country, and had the most amazing honeymoon. Still one of the best holidays of my life.
Well, fantastic! That's a brilliant plan. The whole wedding, so many people, and so you can have a big bra. You can live stream it now. Gary's saying, just live stream it now.
In those days, let me tell you how difficult that was, because in those days you still had to do sort of wire transfers through Beltel. I don't know if you remember that before the internet.
I remember Bell. Jeez, that big telephone used to go on a clunk.
And it's like and you get through. You had to do transactions that way. But it was the first wedding that the Kingdom Hotel had ever had. It was weird. None of us had ever been there. And it was just the most bizarre thing, doing this all online. And we did it in 2 weeks, got on a plane, just went and got married. It was amazing. And
I think it's a fantastic plan.
Yeah, and that was 20 years ago. 20 years ago in November last.
Wow. So it's your 20th wedding anniversary. When is it?
It was last year. It's our 21st this year.
Oh, 21st this year. Okay. I think Gary's is 20th now. Today, I think. Is it today? Tomorrow.
Sure.
Tomorrow is Gary's 20th. What happened in the tree house and the storm? Tell us about that, Jane. Tell us about
We
that.
went to One Game Reserve and we booked into a tented camp. So it's this beautiful tented camp up on a tree, right? And we were sitting around a Burma having dinner one evening. And as we were sitting, there was like almost this vibration, and the dust just started coming up over the food, and the game rangers got up and they ran, and the guests were sitting. I mean, literally, I remember Helen and I sitting with our knife and fork going, what the hell is happening? And the dust was just coming, and it felt like an earthquake. And the rangers all come back with their guns and everything. And they said, don't worry. And we watched, and the buffalo charged right past us while we were sitting there. So, by the time the rangers got back, we would say to them, like, I looked at them and I said, don't worry, the buffalo have gone, it's okay. And they said, no. We knew what was coming. We just don't know. We know why they run. There's only one thing they run from. Gino, I was up that tree let me tell you, I was up that tree. But then what I realized was there was no frigging door to the tree because it was a tree house. It was a blooming tent in a tree. And lions climb trees. So I sat, there was a humongous storm of note. I actually read a book in the storm because it was that bright. Helen and I had a conversation from tree to tree, and I did not sleep a wink because I was convinced that we were going to be eaten by a lion that night.
Oh, my soul. Anita, the 10th anniversary was a wedding rerun for the family. So did you do a rerun?
We renewed our vows for 10 years, and we did it at Lavender Barn, and we invited the friends and family who obviously didn't come to our actual wedding. And what I said to my husband is that we have to wear the same wedding stuff, right? Which after 10 years is a challenge. So it was a bit of a suck, a nip and a tuck. I got into my dress thanks to Nikki from Fudge. She didn't have to alter it. It was the same dress. And it was a bit snug. But my husband arrived without a shirt, without underpants, and without socks. And he stood up in front of our guests and said, I just need to let you know that I listened to my wife and I cannot find the shirt. I'm damn sure I don't have the undies after 10 years, and I definitely don't have the socks. So this is what you get when you tell me I have to look the same.
Oh, very nice indeed. Bev Erickson from NMMU. Hello.
Thank
Jane,
you.
love the hair. Owning your grey. It's true.
Thank you.
I'm also, mine's all underneath here as well. Mine's going for.
Well, mine's underneath too, believe me, it's all over.
Yeah.
I think
Neil Barker.
Donna Marie Jones was on just now. She's also, she's my cousin's daughter from Scotland. They're in Glasgow. So yes, obviously the family are online at the moment.
Oh, excellent. We love that. We love that. You can see you all and send them lots of hugs and kisses online so that you don't give them COVID. You don't give them our special Nelson Mandela Bay COVID.
Yeah, hotspot COVID.
But the extra, what do they call it? The other what are they when it goes off the side of COVID? Because it's a new COVID. I've got our very own new one.
Strain. Our own strain.
Yes. The strain, yes. And,
exactly.
And Nick Papadopoulos.
Hello,
Lots
Nick.
of Greeks, eh?
Nick's from Durban. Nick's from Durban.
And where do you get all these Greek people following you around, Jane?
I'm actually just realizing that there's obviously something between Greeks and Scots, and Paul Connick and I grew up together. So Paul's family and my family, their mom and dad got married the same day as my mom and dad. And that was in Scotland, and then they all came over to South Africa, and the family has remained friends since. Can you believe it?
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Those good old friends. Donna Marie Jones. Oh, you watching, are you?
From Glasgow.
I see you.
We're watching from Glasgow.
Glasgow. Oh,
Glasgow.
lovely.
No, from Glasgow.
Oh, Glasgow. See, I saw Blanco. I saw, not Blanco, it's not too far away.
It's a little bit further than Blanco.
Mark Bodley, lovely to have you online as well, young man. Hope you're well. And do you go to Blanco?
Oh,
yes. Have you been to Blanco?
Oh, absolutely.
Very nice out there.
It's our favorite place. And Kim and Chris run the most amazing place there. And we used to go every single year. Ashley's, it's her favorite place. She used to always call it her safe place because she was allowed to run and do whatever she wanted.
Yes.
And yes, I have bar slid along that bar many's a time, and yes, and we'll leave the rest at that.
15 meals a day. It's just the food just keeps coming.
And 4,000 roast potatoes every single night. Every single
lovely,
night.
lovely. Michelle Brown, I hope you've been there too. There we go, Divine, to listen to such fair PE people. But Michelle had a fantastic time online here as well. We had a good time with her. We tried to go dig underneath the Michelle Brown thing, but we tried to find we're trying to find the naughty bits of Michelle Brown, but we didn't get very far.
She doesn't put them on Facebook. That's her cleverness, right?
Yes.
She doesn't promote herself, and then you have this those Chattenham rules when you have a conversation about the naughty stuff.
Indeed. Okay, so Jane, let's move along with the work side now. Let's chat a bit about the work side. What when you started working, what did you study?
I studied psychology through UNISA. I didn't finish my degree, but and then I went into I matriculated very young. I matriculated when I was 16. So I was a bit young to go to varsity at that stage. So I only studied in my 20s. And I got a job at the Daily Dispatch, believe it or not, in classified advertising, where it was still with the headphones on and you tuk-tuked and you did your deaths and, your birth notices and classified ads for all the car salespeople and all the rest of it. It took up half the paper in those days. I'm quite sure I did quite well, actually.
The strumpets. The car salesman and the strumpets.
Yeah, it was difficult there, yeah. But so I started off with the Daily Dispatch in East London, and then I went to Quest Personnel, and I was the branch manager. I ended up being the branch manager in East London, then moved to Port Elizabeth as the regional manager. And then I moved to Joburg to start with Gail Burns to start up the first industrial branch. So it was the first time that they were doing this industrial branch, and typically the recruitment side was all women. But Gail and I, as the two managers of the branch, were the only female, and everybody else was male. So we brought in, if we were looking for engineers, we actually had an engineer looking for engineers. So we brought in skilled men. And it worked really, really well. And then I went down to Cape Town and opened an industrial branch down there. Wow, and then moved back
all for Quest. No, you're talking about Quest.
All for Quest. I was with them for 10 years. And then I got a phone call from a guy called Paul Tomes in Cape Town, who said one of my Quest colleagues had mentioned that I was interested, I'd be interested in having my own business one day. Could I come down to Cape Town and see him? So I had prepared, Gino, I had such a hot CV because I've been doing it for 10 years, right? We get there, and I handed over my CV to him, and he, in his Constantia garden, and he took this and he said, "What's this?" And I said, "My CV." He said, "Sweetheart, I have got no interest in what you've done. I've only got interest in what you're going to do. So the past is the past. You come recommended, and that's all that we need to know about your past. Let's talk about what you want and what you're going to do from here." And that's how I started with Business Presentation Group. Now, Bridget de Villiers was saying hi earlier. Bridget actually came into the business with me, and we started the first franchise here in Port Elizabeth. And within a year, I was a partner in the business.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So that was that's a strange interview. Yeah.
It was. Well, you know what? We got back and he said to me, "So I'm offering you this opportunity, but at no salary. It's commission based. And so I was on a good salary. I had a company car, I had incentives and everything. And I said to Gary, this guy thinks, this guy's absolutely nuts. That I think I'm going to give up all this ability for what? I don't even know him." Yeah. And it took me 2 months, and I said yes. And it was the best decision ever. And what had happened then was we were staying in Carol Keith's current house, and I fell pregnant. So be careful, Carol. It could still happen to you again. And what had happened was I'd said to Paul that we did quite a bit of traveling at the time. And I said to Paul, "Look, give me a week after I've given birth, and I'll be back in the seat and we'll be fine." Well, what I didn't realize is that as a control freak, I wasn't in control of being a mom. And I gave birth to this beautiful child and realized that I've got this person that's so dependent on me and so needy. I kind of need more than a week. And I actually said to Paul, look, I want to disengage from the franchise agreement and just go on my own. And that's how Jane Stevenson and Associates happened. But Paul and I are still very good mates. We still work together. And in fact, I was with him last year. Went down to Cape Town and spent time with him. Yeah. Awesome guy.
Well, you didn't burn that bridge, you mean?
No, you know what? That's the one thing I don't think I have done with anybody that I've worked with. I mean, with Neil Hart to Andrew Mackenzie from Boomtown. You know, no, it's just we get on well, and things happen for a season and a reason, and then you move on, and that's great. So take the good from what you've done with people, and there's always some special moments and special people. So.
Well, I had Kuster Jack on here last on Saturday, and I was just thinking about what day it is, because Cheryl's checking whether I know what day it is. Yeah. On Saturday we had Kuster on, and he was talking about integrity, and you know, I think the fact that like you're saying, no burning bridges or anything, you don't do that sort of thing if you keep if your integrity is intact always. If you're honest. And if you say, look, this is maybe not working for me, this is working, I'm moving on from here now. You know, as long as you're honest and you've got integrity, you'll always build your network as you go.
Exactly. And you know, the nice thing is, I mean, I could walk back into Paul's home today. I can walk into Boomtown today, and you know, wherever I go, and just hug everybody. Well, can't today because I'm not allowed to hug.
Not today. No, we don't want that now, Jane. Don't do that. Don't do it.
Listen, that's hard. I'm a hugger of note, as you well know.
Woo, me too.
And that's what I'm finding hard, is I'm almost finding it easier to stay home so that I don't walk up to somebody and just inadvertently hug them, because, you know, they might slap me. Or I'm
sure Gary's got a picture of us hugging. Where's it? We've got lots of pictures of us hugging. There we go. That was one of my favorites. Oh, my word. That was... I think that was at the launch of. Oh, there we go. Well, we've been. There's lots of. Oh, my word! Look at that! Look at the hair, Jane.
Which one is he showing now? I can't see it.
You can't see that one.
No,
can't you see who's there? It's myself and you and I don't know. I can't remember the lady's name.
It's not showing on the screen. Well, not on my screen.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, Gary, enough already.
Who's that lady? I remember that lady with us, and I can't remember what her name is. Sure.
That's
somebody will remind me. She was this very sweet lady.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, there we go. There's another one for you there. Always in red, you know, Jane. You like red, eh?
I do like. It's a signature color. I mean, people that know me know it's chocolate, red, and a couple of other things.
Okay, we won't go into those things just yet.
Listen, Gary took that photo, by the way. Gary Hemmings took that photo, and at the time, I asked him never ever to use it, and he promised me he's a liar. Gary Hemmings,
do you not know Gary?
Oh, no.
Do you not know Gary well enough by now that if he says he's not going to show anybody, that everybody will have it?
I do know now. I've learned a few lessons along the way. Yes, it's called maturity.
Permission prescribed, he says. Permission was prescribed.
No.
Oh my word!
He has selective hearing, that one. He really does.
No. He's full of crap. I'll give you that. Oh, there we go. That's one when you passed out, obviously.
That's me and my Harley. That's my beautiful Great Dane Rescue. She's just an absolute gem of a dog. She's amazing. Yeah, I've got lots of animals, so they're all rescues. Yeah.
Oh yes. So you are animal lover as well, eh? Dogs, cats.
Very much. Dogs, cats, tortoises. I've had rabbits. I've had all sorts. Yeah. Yeah.
Shelby. On with Philippa. Philippa's also an animal lover. She loves all the animals as well.
Yeah. I used to take
Shelby.
I used to take a baby tortoise that I called Shelby. We found it at the washing line one day, and a tiny little thing literally go in my hand. And anybody from Boomtown will remember for 9 months, Shelby came with eggshells, because she had to break the eggshells onto her skin, her shell. before. And she used to come to work with me every day and crawl along the creatives' desks and my desk and all the rest of it. And this little shoebox would go from like desk to desk, and we'd all like play with Shelby during the day. But Shelby didn't make it. The shell didn't get quite as hard as it should have. Yeah.
Oh, shame, man, shame. Those little tortoises probably said, I'm just trying to hang up my washing, and then I got whipped away by somebody. No. But Jane, so I mean, your first job, what was your first job here in PE then?
In PE,
from Quest, then you went your own. On your
yeah,
own.
Quest, and I went on my own, and then Neil Hart and I were on the business chamber board together, and he invited me for lunch. And we'd often talk because we got on really well. I've known Neil for years. In fact, he was one of my first clients in my coaching business and strategy business, which is quite interesting because Boomtown, there were only about 3 of them at the time. And we're sitting over lunch, and he offered me an executive director role at the company. And I kind of choked on my meal because I wasn't so left
expecting it.
No, and I said, "What? I thought this was about chamber stuff." And he said, "No, actually, he was moving out of the business, and he was looking for. There was a gap in the business in terms of leading through change and business development, etc. So I took up a role with them, and I loved it.
Wow.
I loved the creative. I loved the youngsters, and they're very young.
Boomtown is a forward-thinking company, like a really young bunch of young guys, creative, amazing guys.
Yeah,
yeah.
So while I was with them, I kept 5 of my clients that I was doing coaching with, and Magnetic Storm was one of those, Glenn van Eck, who he and I had been working together for 8 years. And so he was one of the clients that I kept on. And then he was looking for a general manager, and I'd sort of come in to help him. And I was helping him recruit, and all the people that he was interviewing were saying, "Man, these people are going to make your life easy, but they're not going to push you to grow the business." And we were sitting one day over coffee at Friendly Stranger in those days, and he said to me, "Yeah, well, what about you?" And that's how that conversation started, and that's how I ended up with the film, and that was 5.5 years ago. Yeah.
But I think that there's a little thread there about and I know it's mentioned in one of your descriptions here, is that, happy to deal with the elephant in the room. And I think you've always been like that, even with Gary and myself as well when we've had our chats. Always, it's the elephant in the room is there. Just let's bring it up. Let's solve this hassle properly. Yeah, let's not pussyfoot around.
Yeah, and that is how, and it's not always a popular way, I must tell you. And I've made, I'm not always liked because of it, but I would rather not be liked for being honest and dealing with the things that no one else wants to deal with than, and I'm not really easily intimidated. I'm intimidated by spiders, I must be honest, but other than that, not much else. And lions.
Yeah, lions and spiders.
Yeah.
Oh, my word. And it's, I know that you dabbled in the fashion industry for a while, Jane. I remember doing a fashion show with you, doing MC for a fashion show that we did together. We worked in the fashion industry together, I suppose we could say.
We did.
And,
we did.
Yes, and tell us about that.
So Cheryl Reynolds and I, we used to always swap each other's clothes. Like if she got tired of a shirt, I would get it, and then she would raid my cupboard. And then what happened was we hit our 40s, and she and I grew in different areas. So tops didn't fit tops, and bottoms didn't fit bottoms, etc. And we were just saying, and I'll never forget, we were actually, I've got a beautiful view from my bedroom, and we were lying on top of the bed, drinking a cup of tea and talking about life and everything. And we were just talking about how many women have clothing in their cupboard that they don't actually use. And good clothes, sometimes with labels on and all the rest of it. Yes, and what if we had to invite them round and we do clothes swaps and things like that? And so Special Trash started. So it's like this whole thing. And that was, Cheryl, you might remember more, but I think it was about 10 odd years ago.
There she is. Just to check in the memory. We're just going to check the memory quickly.
So that's trash, because I was treasure and she was trash.
Oh, rubbish. I was treasure, she was trash.
Well, it depended on me. It always depended on our mood on the day as to who showed up as treasure and who ended up being trash. But it ended up being like we would sit and chat about this, and that's how the idea was born. Is literally lying on the bed that night and saying, well, that day, and saying, well, why don't we do it? So we started buying clothing rails and coat hangers, put all our old clothes, because we only had our clothes, out on like in my lounge, and just gave people lots of wine and played music. And you'd be surprised when people drink how much they spend on shit.
Oh, what a good concept.
I don't use this top anymore. Let's just sell it. Okay, what shall we charge for it? Well, I only paid 30, so let's charge 50. No, it wasn't really like that.
Excellent.
We had this idea of Trini and Susanna. Do you remember, Cheryl? We always said to be the next Trini and Susanna. And what we wanted to do was create something where women didn't feel intimidated trying clothes on, didn't feel fat with the mirrors, and could literally buy really good clothing, quality clothing at an affordable rate, and from somebody that, rather than going into a shop, and drink while they're doing it. So, because you know what Cheryl's like with her wine. I mean, anything that Cheryl.
There we go. Cheers to you, Cheryl.
Cheers, Gino.
Lovely to have you on as well. We thought we'd bring a couple, one or two people in just to say hello. Jane, give the real deal on Jane Stevenson. Where did you guys meet originally?
Listen, just by the way, Cheryl, I just want to remind you that anything you say will be held against you because I know more.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Jane. Okay, so guys, Jane, Gina asked me to prepare and give a few stories on you, but I did decide that you do know too much about me, so I need to be careful. But Jane and I have known each other for over 25 years. It's been an awesome road. We've been friends, we've been colleagues, supplier, clients, and co-owners of Treasure or Trash. Yeah. So Jane, I chose a few stories.
I just want to ask you this: Did any of them involve Port Alfred? And that should make you scared.
Okay, I won't. I'll cancel that one. So the first one is Cape St. Francis. Jane was doing strategic planning, and I was the client. Yes, we had a strat session that went over 2 days. We had venture capitalists fly in from Joburg, Durban, Cape Town. Remember, Jane?
I remember this, and I'm not liking where it's going.
Anyway, so Jane taught all these rich men how to dance, firstly. And then I'll just mention that there was a lot of breaking and entering into the accommodation.
Well, they shouldn't lock windows and stuff like that. That's just silly, I mean, why would you do that? Why would you try and keep people out of places that we should be in?
Okay, the other one, Gino, was Jane and I were asked, I think, Jane, that was your client, the high school in PE. They wants to raise money for the AstroTurf, yeah. So Jane brought me in on the project, and AstroTurf cost a lot of money. In those days, I think it was 3 million rand, which was quite a lot of money. That was about 15 years ago, I think. Yeah. Anyway, so the highlights, Jane. High school assembly on a Monday morning. Okay. Loud music, microphones, you and I dressed the same.
Yeah.
Hijacking the principal during assembly.
With a bag over his head.
Yes, absolute mayhem. And you know what? Afterwards, we realized how badly that could have gone. Because nobody knew it was going to happen. Only the principal knew.
Yeah, I know. And we kicked all the teachers and the principal. We tied the principal up. It was Andre, if you know him, he's different. We kicked all the teachers off the stage and put some of the matrics, if I'm not mistaken, onto the stage. All the people, it was very dangerous in hindsight. Yeah.
Okay, final story, and then I'll leave you alone because I'm really aware that you could tell more stories on me. Okay. Final story is when we did it was part of this project as well. We did a video with Rooftop Productions.
Yes.
And Jane was confident she could get this video to one of the richest men in the world. And she did. you want to tell that
Yeah.
story?
Yeah. Richard Branson had just brought out a new TV ad where it was all about Virgin. Was it Virgin Air at the time or something like,
Yeah.
Virgin Bank or whatever it was? But it was the pearly gates and this angel and everything. And I'd said to Cheryl, the only way we're going to land this deal is if we get in with the rich people. So why don't we go with Richard Branson and Oprah? And she laughed and she said, yeah, that'd be a great idea. And I said, no, I'm actually dead serious. And we did. We went straight and direct to both of them. We got response from Richard Branson, unfortunately not from Oprah, but yeah, we did.
Bottom line is we raised the money, but the school didn't use it for the AstroTurf. They used it for a water polo pool. But we still, we did awesome work. Jane, has been awesome working with you.
And you too. And you too.
But more importantly, it's awesome being your bestie.
Likewise. Love you lots.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed. We've always seen you as a team, myself,
Yeah, we have been through so much, warts and all in life, the highs and the lows, sadness, happiness. Our daughters are besties as well, and they just, it's just awesome. Special to have people like that in my life.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl, for coming on. We love
Thanks
you.
for having me, guys.
Oh, man. And segue from that into Hillary Clinton. Tell me the Hillary Clinton story. Branson and Clinton.
Do you know what happened is, do you remember the days of fax machines, right? I got a fax from the president's office. And so I immediately was, as faxes started wearing thin, and I immediately thought, this is bull dust. This is a friend of mine pulling the wool over my eyes. And it had said that the president hereby invites you to dinner with Hillary Clinton and a few of the members of cabinet, and on this date at the president's guest house in Pretoria. So, I mean, like, really? So I was, no way. So I phoned this number and I said, who is this? What idiot? And I went, Gino, I'd had conversations with this person on the other side of this so-called phone number, to the point where I did end up going, because it was actually legitimate. I was head of BWA at the time. I was on the board, National Board of Business Association. And when we got there, I remember signing in, and the guy did what is that you? You're from Port Elizabeth. I remember you. You didn't believe me. You gave me such a hard time telling me I was a liar. And it was awesome. So there were 200 people at the president's guest house, and Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State at that stage. And she did a talk, and Yvonne Chaka Chaka was the entertainment for the evening. Trevor Manuel was singing. It was just the most incredible evening. It was such a special evening. And then we actually made the Herald's front page.
I'm sure.
There was a photo of Hillary Clinton and myself sitting at the dinner table, and there was a photo of that went to the front page saying that we,
hobnobbing with the hobnobs.
Yeah,
oh, man,
exactly.
I've got a message here from Keith. Let me just see this, a long one here. Gary, Jane, Carol, I do this informal deal on their house sale. That was when he bought the house. A year later, the house prices skyrocket, but they stick to the original price. Oh, that's good of you, Jane. In addition, they paint the entire house and redo the shower tiles amongst other totally unexpected extras. This is the character and extremely high caliber of this family's nature. They are exceptional couple, and if Port Elizabeth could have more people like them, we'd all be wealthier in character and examples of how life should be. Well, thank you, Keith.
Oh, thank you, Keith. That's why Gary and I'll never be rich, though.
Oh no, but it does say a lot for you. Probably that you're a little bit OCD and pedantic as well.
Yeah, just a little. And I've got a daughter who's just the same, I must tell you. We actually busy selling here at the moment, and we are decluttering. And my daughter is taking everything out of a cupboard, putting it down on the table, and then putting the things that she knows that we don't need back. And she's selling everything else on Facebook. And as Mimi said to me the other day, hang on to your Brooks, girl, because she's going to sell those too.
Gonna sell them.
You don't know.
Hello, Marissa.
House to get sold, I tell you.
Oh no, magic! And now we've got a another friend of yours that we thought we might bring in just to say hello.
Hello.
Anita.
How are you?
I'm good, and you? You little cow, you didn't say a word to me earlier.
No, absolutely. And you know how much I absolutely love doing this, so I must love you lot.
I don't know what you bribed Anita with, because she absolutely hates the camera. And
I know.
you me out in front, so...
No, I know, and I know Nita, and of course Nita with Propeller Group and the incubation of entrepreneurial stuff, which is close to your heart as well. I know, Jane.
Absolutely, and you know, Nita and I have worked together from Businesswomen's Association days and continued. We've done projects together, the Boardwalk, when they opened the new hotel.
Hoo-ha! Hoo-ha! I think I had something to do with that as well. I think
you did indeed.
Myself and Donna.
Yeah, and still today through Propeller, and of course, you know, like Cheryl, we start off working and we end up being the closest of friends, which is absolutely awesome.
Yeah. Oh, Anita, when did you meet? What do you remember most about Jane? When you think of Jane, what do you think of?
Oh my word! I think certainly somebody who's courageous. But I remember sort of Jane. The first sort of solid impression I had of her is when she arrived at my office with a bag of maternity clothes, and she said, "Would you like to borrow some of these?" And I'm going like, this crazy woman I hardly know, but she's sharing her maternity clothes with me.
You still own business then, yeah, and you were very heavily pregnant.
Yeah, I did, and I think it was wonderful. And then, you know, we were on the BWA committee together, and we worked really well. And at that point, she didn't have a vice chair, and I didn't want to be vice because then you're sort of more upfront. And I said no. And then she eventually phoned me. She said, "I can't keep deferring to you in meetings if you're not my vice chair, so you better step up to the plate." So I think it's kind of something with Jane is. That for me it's always about pushing somebody out of their comfort zone. So she's certainly able to make you believe in yourself, give you confidence, and with any client, you will not be in her space and be comfortable, because she will tackle that elephant in the room and she will push you out of your comfort zone. But she's equally comfortable going out of hers. So I think from a courageous point of view, absolutely. I think it's something that I remember. And then I remember our sessions, and I think that's kind of probably where my even current Propeller journey started, is we meet every second Friday at films. And Grant, his heart, would know that he brought my eggs dead and he brought Jane's bacon crispy, otherwise they went back to the kitchen. And 1 week we would work on my business and 1 week we would work on hers. And I think a lot of what I know and I kind of do today, I think was foundational from those sort of conversations that we had back then.
Yeah, sure. Those Friday meetings were amazing. It's so just, we used to obviously work in BWA, and then when we stood down, we missed that interaction with each other. So we actually created a mentorship space because we actually created our own little virtual board for each other, and it was and it was the most amazing sounding board. And although we don't do it every Friday anymore, we still do it, and you're still my sounding board for that, and likewise. So I just appreciate you so much.
No, thank you so much, and me you. So I think those were the things that
but then really... how come that if you love me so much, how do you let your husband take a piece of paper out of a 1,500 piece box and be okay with that? I just want to know, because let's just deal with real friends.
It's the same way as the first time, so now Jane and I've just sort of started like becoming more house friends, and you're never quite sure when you invite somebody around for the first time for dinner, what's going to happen. So Jane knows that I freeze jelly and I explode boiled eggs. So she arrived.
She seriously does.
My cooking skills are zero. My husband does the cooking. So I tell her we're doing pizza. So this is all good. So she arrives and, she brings her bits and pieces for the pizza, and she gets into the kitchen, and there she's presented with all the ingredients to make the base. So she says, So, Jane being Jane, no problem. She's like in there and she's making the base. And she says to me, but I thought you did things like the easy way. So I look at her and I said, I did. The rest of the guests are coming later. So the look on her face, I will never, ever, ever, ever forget. Which I mean, clearly there was she was there
it's probably the time that I knew that we'd be first and firm friends from there on. We actually started a supper club shortly thereafter, and the rule of the supper club was that you weren't allowed to cook something that you had cooked before, because then it was okay and you wouldn't be defensive if somebody said your meal was crap.
This is true. And I got to meet some of Jane's friends and she got to meet some of my friends. And, so if it was at my home, I invited 2 couples. And if it was at her home, she invited 2 couples. And it was absolutely amazing. There were some incredible evenings that we had together and met sort of some incredible people too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure, like you're saying about that. Yes, the names are coming. I see Elise Fish saying hello there as well.
Hi, Elise.
Hello, Elise.
She's missing you. She's missing the both of you.
I nearly at one point. It was great.
And Dave Leverington there as well. Dave is obviously also Code Red Lockdown, same with Magnetic Storm as well, of course.
Yeah.
And Nicole's been involved in that as well. She's also been involved.
And do you know what's so amazing though, Gino, is like Nicole, Dave, and all that, we connect, Chris, the whole lot. Yeah. We connect on WhatsApp and just check in with each other, how you're doing. We are competitors, but we're in the same industry and we're also friends. And there's enough room for all of us. But at these times, you've got to look after each other, eh?
Yes, absolutely. And anything that you find, any information that you get, it all gets shared. It's amazing. It's been in that way. It's been incredible. I was saying you were talking about Boomtown, and now he's talking about sounding boards with each other, basically. And I'm sure Anita's got a lot of that in her business as well with the propeller stuff. It must be all creative.
Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely love it. And that's why, we look to folk like Jane. Jane's one of our mentors. Jane's done some amazing talent dynamics with us and with all our entrepreneurs online. And some of those evaluations that we've received back from them is that was one of the highlights of their whole program with us. And just the learnings that they've had through digging into their profiles and understanding themselves and their profiles better. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, we're going to dive into that with you at some stage, Nita. So be ready for the phone call. We're going to phone you. We're going to get hold of you and come and do some more talking to you about propeller.
I need Jane's there because she's going to have to make it happen. But lovely to have joined you. Thank you so much for the invite.
Thanks, Anita. You're a star. Oh man, awesome. The Pradi parents. There's Antoinette Ungara as well saying hello.
Hello, Antoinette.
Nice to see her. Nice to see her online too. It's networking is so important. Those friends of yours, like you say, people like Anita and Cheryl that have walked that path with you, and can help when you're feeling down.
Yeah, and I mean, I've got a lot of really good friends. Anita and Cheryl have been with me, Mimi as well, for many, 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 many years, and. Yes. And the one thing that I can say about them all is, and Denrich is also on this call, another very close friend of mine, is they're always there. Rain, sun, shine, it doesn't matter. Even if they're not feeling well or not feeling happy or dealing with whatever, they just show up all the time, every single day. It's amazing.
Well, you mentioned Mimi, and we've got a little message here from Mimi.
I met Jane your as a customer visiting Smartstone Factory. It was on the 15th of December. If I stand to be corrected, it was about 18 years ago. Jane came to visit with her mum-in-law and came to look at some paving because they were busy building a new house and obviously needed a driveway and came to choose a product. While standing in my office, Jane passed out. She had on this pretty little summery dress. And the next minute, you just saw legs flying. For me, it was the day that we were shutting down our factory for Builders' Holidays. So it was a hectic, crazy day. My stress levels were quite high. And here, a stranger, total stranger, I know her name's Jane though, passes out in my office. I got her into my car, and now I have to take her to St. George's Hospital because she's battling to come round, and I was not the best medic on site. Anyway, got her to St. George's Hospital, which is the hospital she and Gary normally use. Arrived at St. George's Hospital. As she'd come around, I said to her, which hospital do you normally go to? She said St. George's. So off we go to St. George's. I rush into casualty and I say, please, I need somebody to fetch this lady in my car. And they said, no, fill in forms first. And I said, no, I haven't got time for that. Just come to the rescue. Now I've got to get her medical aid card. I don't really know her, and I've got to go into her purse. I don't even go into my husband's wallet, let alone a drawer. I've got to go into her bag, into her purse, get her medical aid card out. Now I've got to find out where's her husband. He's in Johannesburg, and I now have to phone him to say that his wife passed out in my office. Anyway, to cut the very long story short, I spent the afternoon at St. George's Hospital with Jane and her mom-in-law next to the bed. To try and keep her spirits up, I tried to keep her entertained. There was this young foreign doctor who was making eyes at Jane. She says I was making jokes with the doctor, but it was actually to keep Jane entertained. Anyway, about 5 o'clock the afternoon, we managed to get Jane discharged, and it was all sorted. And from there, our friendship started. So, yeah, it was quite a story. It was quite a bang to our relationship, to the start of it. But we still have laughs about the afternoon spent at St. George's Hospital with a young doctor. Needless to say, Bernard had to cope with shutting down the factory on his own. He was not impressed with me, but I was thrilled that I did not have to be in the mess of wages and everything else that came my way. Take 3. Jane is a friend. Jane has been a great friend of mine since the day she passed out in my office. We've walked many a journey together. We've shared a lot. We've shared each other's joys and sorrows, highs and lows. Business-wise, she's always been there to guide and advise me. If I've needed a second opinion, it's always been fantastic. And for me, the great thing is she has such a wonderful relationship with my children that I know if they need any advice and guidance, they're more than welcome to call her. And that is worth a lot to me. Then Jane always gives of herself so selflessly. She will always put everybody else ahead of her, and that's often to the detriment of herself and her family. And I think that is the hardest lesson Jane is learning as life goes on, is to put herself and her immediate family ahead of others. So yeah, I think even COVID has played a very big role in Jane's life. And I see her making a difference to so many people. We have a dinner group, and on a Wednesday at 1 o'clock, we used to have a Zoom chat with the dinner club girls. And I know that many a time, no matter how down Jane was or how difficult the situation she was in, she was always the one looking at something positive. And for that, I am eternally grateful.
Memes. The memester.
And she's so right, but I must tell you, there's just one slight thing I need to make sure is Mimi really was flirting with that doctor. I'm just saying. She's right about everything else, but on that one, I tell you what, we had, I mean, you can imagine 2 strangers in a hospital, and I don't know her, she doesn't know me, and the doctor doesn't know either of us, and we had the most wonderful afternoon. It was brilliant.
I'm sure, just passed out of nowhere.
Yep. Been friends ever since.
Oh my word. Okay, well, Jane, we're getting to the end here. I'm not going to keep you here all night, but Gary's got a little game that he gave to me. He wants to try out, and it's questions. You get 2 questions. Would you rather? It's a would you rather questions. All right.
Okay.
And what you're going to do? They're impossible. They're impossible questions actually. But you got to go for an answer, and then and let's see where you're going. And you've got to explain why, obviously, as well. So would you rather, for instance, the first one, would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors or go into the future to meet your great-great-grandchildren?
Ooh, that's hard.
It's a hard one.
I just have to have some nuts while we're talking. I think I'd like to go into the future. I'd like to see I'd like to see my children's children. Absolutely.
You don't like the history. You don't think anything of your people
No.
that have gone before you. Your poor mother and father. I mean, your mother's still alive. Your father.
My mother and father are both still alive. So
they're both still alive. Oh, sorry. Okay, they're both still alive. Well, I mean, my grandparents, your grandparents that you loved so much. I mean, you're very flippant with them now.
But I know them. No, you know what? I'm very much. It actually speaks to who I am. I love talking about the future more than the past.
All right. So future grandchildren. All right. That's good. Would you rather be without internet for a week or without a phone?
Oh. Actually, without a phone, because I could always Zoom and still connect via the internet. So
no, you haven't got internet. You haven't no internet. Only phone.
Either an internet or a phone.
No, yeah, either internet or the phone. There's no take both, Jane.
But if I had internet, surely I would have a laptop or an iPad or something around, not a phone. Oh,
is that a lion? It's a lion and a spider together. You said you were afraid of both of those things. You did the same thing to Michelle Brown. It's ridiculous.
But it's so childish, Gary. So childish.
It is. It's ridiculous, honestly. Okay, so without that becomes too technical, this phone thing. Or let's have a look here. Would you rather be stuck on an island alone or with someone who talks incessantly?
Like you.
Yes.
Probably with somebody that talks incessantly, because I could always come up with something. I could always throw sand in your mouth or something like that.
No, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to do that. That wasn't okay. I didn't say it in the rules. Didn't come up with that. Okay, there wasn't a rule there. We should have made that rule, Gary. Damn it. All right. Damn it. From now on, we're going to make that rule. All right. Would you rather have an unlimited gift certificate to a restaurant or a clothing store?
Clothing store.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you could eat clothes, I suppose.
Well,
what about chocolates then?
Well, you don't get that at a restaurant. I mean, I'm not going to walk around with these at a restaurant, am I? So I get my chocolate at home and I get my clothes. And I mean, you've already heard the treasure or trash concepts. You know, I like clothes.
Yes, I do. Okay, all right. I'll give you that one. But you're changing the rules. Yes, we're changing the rules. More spider lions. Would you rather have a hook or a hand for a hook on your hand or a peg leg? Which one? You got a choice. You got to have one of them. Which one you gonna have?
A hook on my hand.
Jeez,
because I can still grab things. I can still find things. You know, every morning I've got to go and find the newspaper under the garage, under the gate, and I often have to stick my arm through. And actually, if I had one of those, it would be really cool, because just the other day I had to go to do it because I forgot the bloody remote.
You wouldn't be able to press anything in the remote. Well, you might be able to if the hook had a little point on it, maybe.
But I've got 2 hands. I've got 2 hands, Gino, so it would only be one hook hand.
Oh, so okay. Well, you can hold it. How are you going to hold the remote in that hand? How are you going to do your phone?
Because it would be my left hand, and I can do everything with my right.
That's right. No, you're changing the rules again. More spider lion. All right.
No way.
All right. Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
Read. I have to talk. Anybody that knows me knows how to talk.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
I don't think I could do that.
You would just talk rubbish all day.
All day long.
It sounds like me. Okay. All right. Last one here. Would you rather have whatever you are thinking to? Would you rather have everything that you're thinking to appear above your head for everyone to see, or have absolutely everything you do live streamed for everybody to see? So would you like a live streamed life, or would you just like it on top of your head? So like people within you.
I don't want any of that because.
What you thinking? What you thinking? You know what I mean?
I probably have the what I'm thinking bubble because.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure why, but the other one just sounds terrible. Yeah, that's.
Well, I think you're probably right because you do attack the elephant in the room, so it would just be like sooner.
Yeah. Well, actually, my mouth is like that too. Sometimes it comes out, and I actually turn around to the person next to me and say, "Shit, did that actually happen? Did it come out?"
Did it come out?
It actually happened. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. There's one more. Gary, he says, would you rather have no knees or no elbows? Would just be like floppy, I suppose.
I was just gonna say, I'm not sure I know what. Well, I suppose if I have knees, then I can still walk and bend and all the rest of it.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
but
you
if
could
I
do
have
that. Yeah.
elbows, yeah. So I guess I would rather have no elbows. Who makes it?
Really, pretty floppy. Arms. You wouldn't be able to hug, which you said you really liked.
No, you would be able to hug. It would just be one of those.
Okay.
So
you just like you'd run forward.
You'd be bruised.
Oh, Jane, thank you so much for coming online and giving us your time. They said, Gino, give up. Jamie's cleverer than me. Damn you, Jane. Damn you, Jane.
Thank you, Gary, so much. It's been a treat. And I loved having my friends come on. That was a real surprise. So thank you so much.
You've got very, very nice friends. They're very nice.
I know. I choose wisely.
They're good people. And we're gonna send you a case of Fitch and Leeds as well for your troubles, so that you can mix it with some gin if you can find any.
I've got a flash.
Yay! I'm coming around. Oh, Jane. But thank you so much for coming on. You know that I love you, and sterkte for the rest of the lockdown. We're there to help each other.
Thank you. Love you lots. Cheers, guys.
Love you too. Ciao, Jane. Cheers. All right, it's time for competition. It's competition time. There's only the guys that are left online tonight to get the chance to win a case of Fitch and Leeds. We've got the new ones, the moments for you to we're going to get a whole case of it. And what I need to know is the name of the song and the artist in the comments. And I'm moving over to the drum cam right now. So put it in the comments and you can win your Fitch and Leeds. We'll send it to you. Thank you to Fitch and Leeds. Thank you to Spa. And thank you to Amibia. And we'll see you on Saturday. All right, hit it. got a winner, we got a winner. Oh, well done, Ian O'Connor. We'll send it to you. We'll get all of you and get your details. And you're getting Fitch and Leeds. Thank you to Spa. And thank you to Fitch and Leeds. And thank you to Mobia. And we'll see you on Saturday. Oh, hope your energy ain't. Thank you for spending the night with me. Thank you so much for Jane. Thank you, Jane, for coming on. It's been fantastic. And also all your friends for taking the time out for Gino's spot. See you again soon. Oh, wait. We'll get it to you, Ian. Don't worry, we'll get it to you.
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Got a drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot. Gino's spot. Get to Gino's spot.